I just can't hide it. Add some sage to burn as well.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do the same.
I think the baby's literally just woken up. No joke. How are we going? While we're waiting for everyone to jump on, who's here? Let me have a little squeezy McSqueeze. So my makeup was in the car when it was raining, so I was like, I'm just going to go non-makeupness. We probably all are the same right now because we're about to go to bed after this.
Mm-hmm.
So how has the week been so far? Tell me while we're waiting for people to jump on. Georgie, you're first on my screen. Has anything come up? Like anything come up since we've learnt that first kind of module?
Like I've reconnected with some friends and things, which has been nice. Made some new friends, which has been nice. Look, had a big few days of relationship woes, but otherwise, I can't. I've been doing a lot of the rewiring every morning, every night. That's been really great. I've actually really enjoyed that. And I've been leaning into learning about, the state of mind, and how you can really improve that through the rewiring meditations and things. And that's been really helping. So I think just the way my mind is processing certain things has definitely changed. Like I'm at a different conscious state, I think.
Amazing.
That's my reflection. Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is as well is like I've been saying too, like whatever is not meant for you as well will also illuminate itself.
Mm.
So it's like, are you, and we'll talk more into that too. They're kind of like universal tests. It's like, so for example, as I'm building this business, I'm wanting to go online, all of these cool things I want to do. And one of the reasons why I want to go online is because it's easier for the kids. But then this amazing, shiny opportunity came to potentially start another gym. But
okay.
aligned with what I would want if I was to do it, right? But
it's not aligned to your current. Yeah.
I feel like it's a test to go, you know what, Belinda, what
Yeah.
if you put that money to start a gym into your online space? Imagine how successful you would be. You'd probably make 3 to 4 to 5 times more money than putting that money into that gym. And sometimes these little things go, are you going to go back into that old way of being? Or are you going to come into this new way of being? And they're the kind of tests that keep coming up that kind of, do that for you as well.
Yeah.
So Abby, you've been falling into the work as well this week, I've noticed.
Yeah. So I think it was hard because I obviously missed the live last Tuesday, but I did the recording. And for me, that's I feel quite a beginner in this space, but I feel like the biggest thing that's happened for me is doing the rewiring has highlighted the blocks that I have. It's made me really aware what icky feelings and emotions are coming up with blocks that I've had throughout the day, especially the nighttime rewiring. And then now I'm in a position okay, so now I'm really aware of what I think is holding me back from where I want to be. I'm just not quite sure what the next step is. That's kind of the best way I can describe the current week that I've had.
Yeah, cool. And what's good is that like I said, these questions I'm going to ask you tonight, this process we're going to go through tonight is what actually made me realize that this is what I'm meant to be doing. Just to give you an overview as well, if you're a beginner, you're actually coming to the best thing, because I've gone through I've literally spent nearly 200 grand on personal development, and this is the simplest, best way. Honestly, this is it. I'm not saying this because I'm there's going to be other teachers in there, but when I've realized it and I've gone through my life knowing kind of this stuff, but not knowing it, and then realizing that, oh my God, it just clicked. 95% of our actions are unconscious. Subconscious, unconscious, they're the same thing. So when I say subconscious or unconscious, it means the same thing. But holy shit, I was like, oh my God, so what is under there? What's that conditioning that makes me believe that I can't have that? So for example, even having a big following, there's a block there for me going, well, why would anyone want to, why would people actually genuinely want to follow me over do you get what I'm saying? Like, why do some people have huge followings and some people don't? Like, these are all of the underlying beliefs that are holding us back from what we're wanting to manifest. And it's really, really interesting. So it's really just awareness as well, and coming through and, all the things. So it's good. So whoever's got their camera on, which I'm so grateful for, thank you. You're also going to get targeted. So Nikita, I see you there. How are you going?
Hi. Good. Yeah, it's sort of similar as the other ladies. Still, working through it all. I've been noticing that I am a lot more aware of what I'm doing, what I'm saying, who I'm talking to, things like that. So
Yeah, awesome.
yeah.
Has anything weird, have anyone had major kind of meltdowns throughout this process as well? Is anything? Yeah, Georgie's nodding her head. Is there anyone else nodding their head? The rewirings really do bring things up, and you can clear them. The biggest thing about this work is that awareness is everything. If you're not aware that you have something going on, you're just going to keep going on with your life. And sometimes this awareness isn't easy. Otherwise, you wouldn't probably change it either. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, cool. Sam, how about you, darling?
Yeah,
have you been doing the meditations?
I've been trying. I was struck with gastro yesterday, so that wasn't nice.
Energetic purging.
But in the, it's funny, when you get hit with something like that, and then, you kind of think of ways to still, obviously my husband was out in the other area with the kids, and I was like, how can I help? I can't be with them. So I'm like, the walkie-talkies. And so I gave Zach a walkie-talkie, but just to then turn everything a little bit, better in the situation, just to have a bit more, I don't know, think into things more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And not just accept them. I think that's what I've been doing lately. And it was weird the other day. A huntsman came into my head. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And then the next morning, I kid you not, there was a huntsman inside in my kitchen. But to turn around to be like, oh, there's a little friend for us, Zach. It was something, I don't know, it was just weird. But
you're just starting to change the way you see things.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the spiritual meaning of a huntsman.
Hopefully it's good. But yeah, so I think I just need
individuals listen to this. This is what you've been telling me. An individual searching for meaning, purpose, and a sense of connection to something larger than themselves. Goosies. Love it. Cass, how about you? Look at me. I'm sorry. I really just want to hear from you all, and whoever wants to talk as well. How are you going? Because you've been really active in the group, and I really appreciate that. I love the activity, guys, jumping in, and that's where the magic does happen, when you're in action.
Yeah, it's been going good. I've sort of become a lot more self-aware of what's going on around me, and how I react to others and stuff. Like, and last week when you spoke about the mirroring, I obviously don't have a partner, but I still live at home with my parents, and I've noticed so much that I mirror so much of what they do, and some of it's really not healthy, and I've got to sort of try and break that cycle, but trying to work through how to break that cycle as well. So yeah, it's been an interesting week.
And the rewires, like the meditations, the rewires will make a huge difference. It's kind of like the end. It's like the wrap up of your day, wrapping up your day, acknowledging where you might have shown up. And what I love so much about this is you're not wrong. No, do you know what I'm saying? You're not wrong for feeling the way that you feel. There's nothing wrong with you. You haven't done anything wrong. You are perfect just the way you are. And I don't know, I just find that is just so comforting. Oh wow, that was actually a part of me, or that part of me that mirrors my parents, is because that's part of me feeling safe and secure and accepted by them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's that's just me. That's safety. It's we are tribal beings. We're actually meant to be close and together. So whenever we feel like we're people pleasing, or we're trying to fit in, it's because ultimately that was ingrained in us to have safety in this world as human beings, and that hasn't changed, if that makes sense. So I do want to, this was a huge thing that came up multiple times for me today, is that if you don't, one of the things that Tony Robbins taught, one of the seminars, and it's really, really, really important, especially if you're going to be doing this program, and it's really only 6 weeks, which it probably won't be. I'll probably be continuing, and you guys have access to continue as I continue, if that makes sense. But basically, if you don't have 10 minutes, you don't have a life. That's what he says. If you can't make 10 minutes to do this work, what the fuck, basically? Okay? So whether, if you think I'm grabbing my phone to scroll the minute I wake up, delete Instagram, have the only fucking app that you scroll is the Circle app. Scroll into the rewires and put that on as your first thing you do. 10 minutes. That is all. I've been doing it while the baby's been googling and gargling next to me, smacking my face. I've been doing it with my kids when they go to sleep. So if they want me to lie with them, I put the meditation on for them to lie with them as well. This is so good for them as well. All of this. Imagine if we were doing this every day with our children or ourselves when we were kids. Someone actually said, let's reflect on our day. What happened? Oh, wow, there was nothing wrong with you, but you did this, X, Y, and Z. Wow, we would be so much more better functioning human beings in this planet, in this world. So, yeah, so that's that. So I also wanted to say that I've actually put together a little, because I have put together a little accountability fitness thing for me. So I thought, fuck, I think the girls would like that too. So I'm going to share my screen on what I've created for this week that you guys can implement into your world. I love that my baby wakes up the minute I start my program. I mean, really? There's definitely, I've got to work on this working mum block or something I've got. I don't know what it is, but anyway. Okay, so I've created this planner. All right. So it's a weekly planner. You're going to see it. There's going to be something. So you're going to actually write the week in. You're going to plan out when the workouts are, when the live sessions are, and then where you want to put any extra work, whether you want to do some journaling or whatnot in here. Okay. You can print this out, and then you can put some weekly habits that you want to add in here. Okay. So it could be work out 3 times a week, follow my meal plan or something like that. I would love you to, which I'm going to go into later, is who you're showing up as. And I'm going to talk you through the NLP model of change and how behavior change is like is the thing that really happens last. It's actually the inner world that needs to change before the outer world. It actually starts to reflect in the outer world, if that makes sense. So I've been doing this work for a couple of years, and it's not till like literally now that I feel confident to be able to walk in and say, this is who I am now. Cool. Then I've got your daily schedule. So, I mean, I'm going to go more into time management later in the weeks, but basically you could get into a routine of starting your day either with, you could finish your day planning your day for the next day, or you could plan your day after you've done your meditation, and then plan your day out, and then finish your day with something that you're happy about or that you're grateful for, and then you could finish your meditation. But I'm going to be giving this will be a download that you guys will have access to. So there's that. Okay. And then in the circle community too, what I have done, I've added, so obviously this is our VIP area. I've added, there's obviously going to be announcements in here. I added some more things just because I just thought, where am I going to put this? So this is obviously what it looks like on the desktop, but you guys have access to it on the phone. And this is in the spaces section. I've got the announcements where I'll be putting announcements on, reminders and X, Y, and Z. Okay. And then I thought about putting this Q&A section in. So like, I want you guys to use this section as like, oh my gosh, what do I do when blah, blah, blah happened? I just had an interaction with this person. How do I, like, I want you guys to use the shit out of me. Like, I want you to actually like think, okay, this is my opportunity to really go really, really deep in and ask Belinda as many questions as I can to get the most out of this. Like, that is what it's going, like, think about like at the moment we've got like 28 people in the program. Like, my aim is to help so many people in this space, and it's not going to be, you're not going to have as much access. And I'm not saying that, you know, you guys will always be my forevers, but you know, you're not going to have as much accessibility to me in the future. So take advantage of it now while you can, and we can grow together. That's my big thing, right? So just don't be scared to ask a question. And one of the big things I want you guys to realize is there's, number one, no stupid question. Number two, if there is any judgment or any bad behavior in this group, I will kick people out, right? I do not care. So why I'm saying that is because I don't want you guys to feel shame or embarrassment for asking certain questions. So if anyone makes someone feel that way, then see you later. I'm very, very strong on that because I really want a strong community, a really supportive community of people wanting to better themselves. And I know that none of you guys are going to do that. So but I just want you to know that there is safety in writing your questions in here as well. Okay. Manifestation in action. I want you guys to be sharing what's coming up on the manifesting journey. This again is part of it. So for example, I'm going to ask some polls in here. I'd love to know. I want to know, because part of this as well for me is to how to create a better program for you guys ultimately, because you guys are, this is going to keep continuing to improve, and the, you know, content you're going to get is going to be there for you. Sorry, I'm just going to mute that person. Of course, it's my mother. Hello, Mum. I love you. So manifestation action. So, okay. Last week, I felt like my world was going to freaking explode because of trying to start something new. I literally canceled nearly every after school activity. I'm not doing stress anymore. I'm done. My kids don't actually want to go to most of it, so I've canceled them all. And I basically talked about that. And now this week, I'm feeling like I can create without my nervous system about to shut down. And it feels so weird. Like tonight, I was like, oh my gosh, like this feels like too relaxed. What the hell? Anyway. So then that's that. So we're gonna go through the journey together in that. So say, oh my gosh, like I've been manifesting this and then this came up. What do you guys think? Like I want you guys to be jumping in. And then this is a fun one where we get to celebrate our wins. Okay. I've had so many other things manifest this week, but one of the things that I was really happy about was I manifested free coaching, a year of free coaching with one of my girlfriends, which she's like the queen of stepping into your most feminine, radiant self. She's absolutely wild. I love it. And I manifested 1 year of coaching with her for free. So that was really cool. Now, like celebrating your wins they could be something as small as like, I just found, you know, $20 on the floor and there was no one to give it to, so I kept it. Like, I just manifested money. One thing actually you can do if you ever find money, or even if it's your partner's money falling out of their shorts or something when you're washing. One thing that I heard really early on was like, I'm a money magnet. So every time you find money on the floor, you're walking down the street, instead of like walking past and go, oh, it's only 5 cents, like literally pick it up and go, yes, I'm a money magnet, and see what starts to manifest when that's one of your beliefs. It's crazy. So anyway, so that's that. And you guys know the rest of it. So that's a bit of the housekeeping. I will stop that now. But does this make sense? Do you guys like these little sections in there? Do these make it more helpful? Even if you want to write in the little comments in the chat, this is very helpful for me to know if there's anything that maybe I have missed as well that can support you guys a little bit more. Yeah, but I want you guys, please, everyone, my challenge is to either tell me one thing you've manifested, ask a question, like get into those groups, like get into those sections. The more you participate, the more you manifest. And by the way, you are manifesting right now being on this call. Anytime you listen to something when it regards to like the process is in motion, which is super cool. So let's get into the call. Let's get into why this is so important. So who's manifested things like they've manifested things, but then they've actually got the thing and then they've realized that actually this is not quite what I wanted in life. Has anyone ever done that? Like, for example, you might have thought, I want to get into this uni course, and you do everything that you possibly wanted to get into this uni course, and you get into it and you're like, actually don't want to do this course. So one thing, I actually did that. So I had like a little chip on my shoulder, and this is why it's important. I'll just give you an example. So I wasn't the smartest student at school, but I was very ambitious. I was a very good athlete, but I wasn't the smartest student. And one of the teachers said to me, oh, you'll never go to uni. Like, you'll never do that. I was like, are you fucking serious? And I'm very competitive. So I'm like, who the fuck is that guy to tell me I'm not going to go to uni? I didn't get into the course I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this TAFE course, which means that if I do this TAFE course, I'm going to get straight into this other course that was like 90 to get into in uni straight away out of school. So I was like, sweet, I'm going to get into this fucking course. I'm going to do the work. I manifested a spot in the exact course that I wanted to get into for my uni course. I'm in it for about 8 months after doing the TAFE course, and I get into the course. And then I'm like, manifesting actually what's true to me. So I'm at the time being a personal trainer, learning about this business, and I'm loving it. And one of my clients is an entrepreneur. And I'm in this uni course, and she said to me, hey, Belinda, do you want to go to this seminar with me? I think I've told you a little bit about the seminar I went to. Went to the seminar with her, and I was like, oh my God, like, yes, this is what I meant to do. But I manifested the uni course, not from my authenticity. I did that from like my ego, like my proving to people. And it didn't light me up. Like it wasn't for me. It was for other people. Does that make sense? Like sometimes we've gone for a job with other people, like, oh, you should be, oh, don't do that. Let's say like you want to be working with children, you want to be a teacher, but like you're really smart. So everyone's like, you can't be a teacher. It's like, you're too smart for that. Go and be a lawyer or something like that. But the person that actually being a lawyer is miserable, and all they wanted to do is work with kids, and they might manifest getting into the course, getting the job, all that, but they're actually deeply unhappy doing what they're doing. So why it's really important and why I've brought this up is that we are, like I said, always manifesting, right? But for you to be fulfilled, and aligned with the life that you want, it's so important for you to be truly aligned with the authentic person that your soul basically came into this planet to be, right? And tonight we're going to do a really, really beautiful meditation together right now. One of my sister said, okay, Belinda, if you're going to get people on the call, you may as well do as much work as possible because people aren't going to probably make the time or it's not going to have time. So tonight is going to be very much a working session. Okay, we're going to have some real deep uncoverings tonight. We're going to try and get as much as we can done to ensure that we are living authentically to who we are. Now, I don't know if you guys know of Joe Dispenza. Has anyone heard of Joe Dispenza? Yep. Read his books. He's incredible. He actually researches this stuff. This stuff is now scientific. It is proven that manifestation works, raising your vibration works. And what he says is that you need to change your personality to, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps, to be the version of, like, say you want to be, let's say, like, for example, I know one of you guys wants to manifest the love of their life. Like, you actually have to change your personality to meet that person that you actually want to call in. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, if you want to make millions of dollars, or you want to make, not even about millions of dollars, I'm just keep saying that. Like, if you want to create like the ultimate lifestyle for your family, you and your family, like, you have to be somebody different. And this is what I wanted to talk about tonight is that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe you are worthy of. And when you can raise your authenticity and your worth, the more you can magnetize the life that you want. So I learned about this, and I just want to quickly share my screen again, before we get into it, and the importance of this work, right? Where is it? Okay. So a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching you guys is neuro-linguistic programming. A lot of the meditations, I'm a practitioner in this work. Like, basically it's about changing parts of your brain and the loops that you've created inside your brain to ensure that you're not living in a way that you used to live that's created the results that you used to have, if that makes sense. You have to change and create new loops and new ways of being to create a different result. Sounds pretty simple, right? But basically, this here is the founder of NLP, which is the neuro-linguistic programming. And I can give you more of an example after this. But basically, he created this triangle of change. Okay, so this is basically, it shows you, okay, let's talk about fitness transformation. Most of you know me because of the fitness transformation stuff. For you to get a body transformation, right, you need to be able to basically do a lot of these skills. Like, you think, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, like I'm going to get a gym membership, I'm going to change my environment. So instead of me going home, I'm going to go to the gym. You can see that that's the bottom of the triangle, right? Then I'm going to go and do the gym workout, and I'm going to change my food. But for you to be able to change your food, you need to have like a certain amount of skill to be able to actually change your food. You need to kind of know how to cook. Yeah, like you need to learn, okay, well, I need to know how to cook, or I need to know how to like read food labels if I don't know how to cook, and order the right foods. But then it's like, if you can't really do any of that if you don't believe that you can even read, or you don't even believe that you're even capable of cooking. Does that make sense? So from there, you actually can't really actually have all of these things change if you don't believe that you're worthy to even have the body of your dreams. Does this make sense? I can't see everyone. But so when you think about you wanting to change your environment, let's say that you want to live in a baller house. Like, just giving a huge example, but let's say that you want to live in an incredibly minimalistic, stylish, beautiful house with every single bit, everything in it. This is me. I'm talking about myself. This is like a dream, like having beautiful furniture that's like all handmade and it's just like incredible. Like, number one, you have to have different behaviors. You need to be organized. You probably need a cleaner. The way that you actually live is different than and ultimately the identity of the person is like, no, I have beautiful things. I'm allowed to have beautiful things, where there's the beliefs like I'm actually worthy of these things. Does that make sense? So when you believe that, then you go, okay, well, I've actually got something of offer. I've got skills that I could potentially sell. I've got skills that, you know, I could support people, where you end up getting paid more money and then you end up having the environment. Does that make sense? So I'm going to stop the share. Does this make sense to you guys? Can you see that like nothing will change? The behavior, the environment won't change unless our identity of ourselves change. Give me some love, high five. Give me a high five or a woo, if that makes sense. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We cannot, like, this is why, like, I'm so obsessed with this, because obviously I've seen thousands of people over my time as well in body transformation. Now, Melinda Zinger, for example, are you there? I can see.
I am. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
My
cameras.
You are a prime example of this exact thing, right? So Melinda, before, so you've always kind of, before joining the hub, so you probably joined the hub like 10 years ago. I don't even know how long it was now, but you walked into the hub and you were always like like in your head, I remember I've always struggled with my weight. I was this type of person. I've never committed to fitness, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? When you think about that triangle, it 100%, I would say that this is a 100% you.
Yeah. Well, what happened? You changed my life. No.
Oh.
No, you did.
But you changed your life.
I did. I guess I was sick of being stuck and just being, how do I explain it?
You changed your identity.
I did. I was about to say, I took on this identity of not wanting, I wanted to be, I was about 20. I think I was about 32 at the time when I came to the hub, and I wanted to be 22-year-old me again, the one that like lived life to the fullest, that always laughed, that was always just out there. And I became a mum, and when I came to Belinda, I think Ariana might have been maybe about 18 months old, because you took her off me and put me into a boot camp. And,
my God.
And then that was it. I was hooked. But I wanted me back again. So I wanted that identity that I'd lost. And
that's what changed first, wasn't it? And then it was jumping on. And once you made that choice that my identity is not this mum that puts on weight, that's boring, that's this, like, the identity was like, I'm fucking fun, I'm cool, I don't care if I'm a mum, this is who I want to be now, I'm done. And the thing is, as well, as you can see that other people have different identities, it's actually physically there, and it's like you can change that. And that's why this model, like, if we talk through your transformation, I'd love to do this. I hope this is okay, guys. I hope you're okay to do this, but this is a really, really good example. So you guys can see the change thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then your identity changed. Then what beliefs changed as well? Like, because you then started, I remember Mondays were like your food prep days.
Yeah, that's right. And then what changed? So I had a business at the time, and I made sure that I could fit in time for me. So I'd started scheduling like my food prep in, so nothing would interfere with that. And then I was scheduling in my workouts like they were doctor's appointments and hairdressing appointments and all the rest, like things that I wouldn't cancel. I remember if friends wanted to have coffee, I'm like, no, this is my alone time. This is time for me. And then slowly over time, I got back to
And now,
that me again, and then I ended up in the fitness industry myself.
Yeah.
So that's where the skills came into it.
And then the behavior. So the thing was, like, you had to change your values and your beliefs and about yourself. Like, you like, okay, this is who I'm going to be. Like, that's why I wrote in the thing, like, I've got my little check off of my exercise and my food and stuff like that. I was like, I am a healthy, fit person, because I keep telling myself, oh, I'm so unfit. Oh my God, I've put on so much weight. And I'm like, no, that's not who the fuck I am. I'm fit as, even if I'm really not. I'm just going to tell myself I'm fit. I'm going to act like I'm a fit, healthy person, counting my macros, doing all the things that would get me to the thing that I want to do, which is the skills, the behaviors, and then the environment. Like, let's think about your body as the environment as well. Like, what environment is your body living in? So this is so important. And I thought that you'd be a perfect example. Does this really make sense? Does this land for everyone? Like, have you guys like really get it? Like, that you have to change from that identity level first, which is why we're getting into this. This is why it's so important. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in saying all of this, I have created a life-changing meditation that we are all going to get into right now. So what I want you guys to do is, if you guys could please dim your lights around you, get yourself comfy. If you need headphones in, we are going to do a meditation. If you fall asleep, it's okay. I'll try and wake you up. I can't physically come and wake you up like I could in an actual class, but we are going to go on a journey. This has been so beautiful for me to do, and I cannot wait to share it with you. We're going to go on a journey, and we're going to connect in to our authentic self. And after this, we're going to go into some questions, and we're going to debrief what we've come through in this meditation. We are going to access the deep prefaces of our subconscious mind, and we're going to pull out the parts that we may have lost. Who's excited? I'm going to get some music. Are you excited for this? You nervous? I hope I can read it well.
I was saying that was amazing, but I actually think I'm going to need to watch the recording and do it again, because I don't know if I was doing this. I sound so silly, like I sound so beginnery, but I don't know. I was so in my head that, like, when I got to the door down the hallway, I was like, what am I going to see? What do I want to see? What do I want to see? Do I want to see success? Do I want to see a nice house? And then, like, I really like struggled to let it come naturally. I felt really forceful of what trying to understand myself and what I wanted to see. But at the same time, when you said, when at the end, when it sort of like comes back to yourself, come back into the room, come back to the light, that's when, I don't know, I felt lighter. So maybe I did have some sort of success. I don't know.
The thing is, as well, for a lot of you, this is very new, and I was very much the same. Oh my gosh, control. How can I, make sure that I don't see something I don't want to see, X, Y, and Z? Like, how do I see what I want to see? I don't know what I want. This is where you need to get out of your head, and this is why we need to start getting you guys back in your body, which is what's really the reason why I actually have put exercise in is for us to get out of our head and into our body, because that's where the magic is. This is where we fuck our lives up. This is where our life gets amazing. So it's totally normal, and do not think that you've done it wrong, because I actually have recorded this, and the version of this as another time, if you want to do it again, is going to be uploaded. I've also got another meditation that you're going to do, because this week is all about our authenticity. This week is all about us finding who we are, what we're here for, and seeing the reason why we could see why we may not be manifesting the life that we want is when we're, how can I say it, kind of dishonoring our authentic self, our truth. So I'm going to be giving you guys some, and then when you've noticed yourself and you're very triggered, you can then do this new meditation that I've created as well. Rewire that I've created. Who else wants to share quickly what came up that you didn't think was going to come up? Georgie?
I'm eating a biscuit. I started to cry.
I could feel some tears from people.
Like an overwhelming sadness that came across me, and I was like crying. That was really unexpected. Like reconnecting with my child self, and it was just really overwhelming, actually.
It does, this reconnecting with your younger self is really confronting sometimes as well, because you can see how much you've forgotten about it.
Yeah. And it's kind of just lingering. Yeah, it's quite full on.
I know it's almost 9 o'clock. Who's still in? Are you guys all still in? Because I've got more to give if you guys are in. So in that, I'd love you guys to write out what actually came up. So for example, Abby, what you went through was perfect. There was nothing wrong with what you went through. That was your experience of you feeling whatever you felt, right? You all would have had the perfect experience for tonight, okay? Whether it shows you where you are, where you have forgotten about that little girl. Some of the things that came up, like for me, has been having fun, doing my, just even the small things. Like I think I talked to you a little bit about it last week. Just going shopping and buying nice things, like doing my makeup, like those little things when I was little and I was young, I used to love doing it. Just made me feel so, like those little tiny things. Me and one of my friends, Sarah, we went on a walk a couple of months ago, and we were, she came to visit, and we were talking, and I was like, babe, remember when, we were talking about style, and both of us really loved style. I just loved looking good in certain clothes. And my style is I'm getting back into it. I'm like, babe, you need to get back into it. Remember, when you loved your op shopping. And Sarah, share about this of what's happened since then, because Sarah's on the call now. Can you unmute? I'm just going to unmute you if I can, Sarah.
Hi.
So what came up in that meditation for you?
I don't usually get very good imagery in my meditations. I've been meditating a long time. I've done Vipassana's yoga teacher training, and my imagery is always really stuck. But I kind of was approaching a door. I could see the door, and I really asked, because you're still conscious when you're there. I did ask. I was like, "Let me see this time. I'd like that image."
I thought of you.
Right. I was just like blown away. Like I actually, like the door was opening and I was like, come on, step through, come on. And I did, and then like this whole scene was there, and like I was in a semi-tropical space, and I don't know, like I was trying to figure out where it was for a bit, and I was like, let that go, like who cares, like semi-tropical, cool. And it was still by a city. I was like, Hawaii, is it Hawaii? Is it Newcastle? I don't know, where am I? But
Sunshine Coast.
I don't know, it was just like real, like maybe it was also that music, but the girl that I was, she was wearing, the clothes were a part of it. But there was like, I don't know, headscarf and boho skirt and polka dots, and it didn't really it wasn't as cool as I would like to visualize my outfits, but it was fun. And but somehow like, it was quite playful, and my little sister was there and she was surfing, and I just remember being like a massive cheerleader in that space too. And it makes no sense, my meditation, for my life, but it was similar to what Georgie was saying. I had tears streaking down my face. I was like, what is this magic? But just having visuals and seeing something, and I think the same as Abby, I'd like to go back and do it again and just see how that, now that I know the mind's eye is awake and able to do that, just let it play out a bit more.
I'm really happy to hear that. And so I've been doing a lot of this work, and Sarah, we went on that walk, and remember we talked, and you were kind of a bit like, why do you care? Like at the time, because I was like, I feel like I need to start looking and feeling better and like wearing nicer clothes. And at the time you're like, what do you mean you're perfect the way you are? I was like, no, like this is my authentic truth. Like this is my expression. This is who I am. Like I've been in exercise wear. I'm wearing exercise wear right now. That is part of me actually. But I was like, I didn't know who I was. And then when we were talking about it, you got it. It landed for you. And what's happened since you started to embody some of that as well? Because I'd love you to share this with the people, because something so minute can make such a difference. Like talk about like even just the op shopping now. And so Sarah was like the most incredible op shopper. We used to go out when we were like 16, 17, underage clubbing, and she'd turn up and like rocking these little, I remember one of the vests that you'd wear, and like you'd just be rocking up in these like sick ass outfits, and I'd be like, I'm not an op shopper. I can go in there sometimes, but I'm just not. I'm just not an op shopper, and there's nothing.
You couldn't go back then either, Belinda. Yeah. I didn't.
I was not very good at op shopping at all. I do not have the patience. I'm not good. But Sarah was like an absolute queen every single time, and I was like, babe, remember when we used to go out and you were like such a fucking babe? Like you'd go in and you know, and then what happened after that? Once we activated that in you, you have been op shopping and you've been making money on it.
Yeah, I lived as a snowboard instructor for a long time, so I was also just wearing oversized, boyish clothes forever. So I just reactivated that part of myself now, having summers and, just flirting with clothes again, and it feels really good. And I've been, op shopping a lot, and I know that reselling is all the rage, but I opened up an online store and I started to resell for myself, and it's been so fun. Like all these finds, like even if they're in the wrong size now, I'm like, wow, someone would look amazing in it. I would love to style it and put it online and then see how it goes. And I haven't made mega money, but it's been getting more and more consistent. My sales, I've made at least over $1,000 at least. Yeah. Like,
and that was all from us.
And then even since last week, just, putting yourself in the environment of people that you want to be like. I'm on this 4-day challenge with another lady, which is like, it's a closed flip challenge, and just learning from people like that. And there's people out there making 6 figures doing this side task. And I was like, well, sign me up. Like that, it's already lighting me on fire thinking about it. So if someone has a way to make a business on that side. So yeah, it did get sparked in that conversation, that walk down to Tea Tree. So yeah.
Yay! Thank you for sharing. Can you guys see that this is like fucking power? This is the truth. This is your truth. This is not about my truth. It's not about me telling you that this is what you need to do to get results. This is you telling you. Who got messages in that, even if they were distorted? Who got true messages? Like, put your hand up. Or who found it really hard to access? Who was very scared to walk through those doors? Who was a bit like, oh, I'm a bit nervous about this. It's a bit daunting. No matter what, it's okay. Like, no matter what, everything was perfect. It just shows that there is something that's there that's needed. Mine was to take some more time out for me. Yeah, that's definitely good, because Natalie just wrote that. I know Natalie personally. She's my sister. I'd hope to know her pretty personally. You're a bit like Bobby, Nat. Like, you are your own person, and you need time just to be by yourself. And we all need that. So what I thought I would do is I'd just get you to sit down with that right now and just quickly write down what came up in that meditation tonight. Like, just whether it was like what actually just came up. Whether it was you saw these amazing things, or I was scared that I was controlling the situation, or I couldn't open the door. I was just standing there. And it's interesting because sometimes you see weird things, like, it'll sound really embarrassing, but like in one of my ones that I've done, Ben was in my dream, like in my thing. Like, I was also in my other authentic self when I saw myself like dressing up and being Spice Girl, like a Spice Girl in front of dancing in front of everyone. Another one, because I've done this a lot of times, because it's taken me a long time to dig in, like just randomly a thought was like of me. We used to go to like these restaurants when we were young, these Italian type restaurants, and me and my friends, when the parents were together, would run around behind the stage and we'd like just get up to mischief and be naughty, and those things came up. So what came up, just anything, just like write down, like, oh, that word came up, or this came up. Just write down something right now. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds, 20, 30 seconds to write down what came up with some music. I'll activate the music in there. Yeah. Abby, do you have a question?
No, I think hearing that, what you've just said about some of the things that have come up, made me realize, oh my God, things actually did come up. Like, yeah, I think understanding what other people, I think probably, I'm so glad that I've heard what you guys actually came up in yours, because there's actually moments in my younger self that I was trying. I know that I said it was really difficult. Like, I felt really forced to find the right memory, but I actually had some really incredible things that came up.
What was one, like, for example? Give us, if you want to share.
There's this like vision of me sitting at the football when I was younger, all dressed up in my demon's clothes with my dad there. And I was looking up to him, and like, I just remember like being really proud that he was my dad. And it's super relevant because he's only got a few months to live. So that was like, I wasn't sure if I was forcing myself to look for that, but it was really nice. So yeah.
Aww. And that's, and that's what this is what's so powerful. It's all there. And like I said in the first round, is that you need to feel to heal. You need to actually genuinely feel to heal. And whatever emotions come up, don't judge them. Mum, what did you do it? I saw Mum.
Yes, I did.
What came up for you?
I just had a block. And I couldn't do any of those things or didn't receive anything that everybody else did. I just got to the door and
what
it wouldn't,
happened?
nothing. It was just blank tonight. I think I have to do the meditation again.
So then when it was all happening as well, was there anything else that was happening?
No, it's just I just had a blockage. I don't know why. It's just I'll have to do the meditation again, I think.
But what were you feeling though? Was there anything that when you were lying there, you're like, were you feeling frustrated or?
Not frustrated. I just felt very hard to get into it. I think the music was a bit weird. That's what it was. The music for me was a bit weird. And I have found it very hard to get into the meditation.
Okay.
The music. The
So
music was a bit
annoying you.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I just found it very hard to get into the meditation. But okay. I'm gonna do. Can I do it on replay?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it's gonna be in there tomorrow. So maybe you could write down that you found it like that's also part of it too, is that you found it very hard to just reconnect with yourself.
Yes,
and
that's
the distraction, and you're constantly distracting yourself, just as your daughter. You're distracting yourself from seeing who you truly are. Maybe you're scared.
No, just think maybe just, I don't know, I've just got a blockage, but when you put it on, I'll do it again.
Yeah, and it's perfect. Nicole, my younger sister, sorry, I get my whole family involved, by the way. My other sisters, oops, I just fell asleep. Abby, you had another thing that you came up.
Oh, no, sorry, I took my hand down. I didn't realize it was still up there. But I've just written all my notes down, which there's heaps more that I actually realized. So, has
everyone written notes? Can you please give me a high five or something? Please tell me that you've all put a note in. Please, did you guys written it down? Cool. Does anyone else want to share? I see Natasha, you've been hiding tonight. I'm going to pick on you now because you've just given me a love heart. Where are you? Is she here? Oh my God. Where are you? Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, I've had my camera off. I've been with my baby.
Oh, that's
my
all right.
1.5-year-old. Yeah, I found it really good. I did struggle to connect. I guess I have a hard time shutting off my brain. So originally trying to get into it, I was like, what's going to be there? I was distracting myself, but I got there, I think. I saw a younger version of me who's probably very happy I'm here right now and is excited for what's going to happen for me for the next few weeks and beyond.
Yeah. Awesome. Was there like one beautiful little memory that you can remember?
I was on holidays in Queensland, just dancing at one of those little buskers, and I'm just having the time of my life, not caring what was happening around me or who was watching.
Yeah, awesome. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just finding those little minute things. Something else that can really help you guys actually is, for a while where I wasn't very nice to myself, and we all have this inner critic that we just literally have become conditioned to just be mean to ourselves for no reason, or we're not good enough, or so and so. I actually had a photo on my phone, a screenshot of myself as a child. And every single time I would look at my phone, I would see that little girl and go, are you fucking serious? It brought up so much stuff. It was so powerful. It was so, so powerful. So I'm actually going to say that this week, I want you guys to find a photo of you when you're a little girl and put it somewhere where you get to see it every day, whether it's by your bed every single day when you wake up by your bed, or it's a screenshot of you on your phone, to really just reiterate this thing. Every time I see little girls in their beautiful white dresses, or their dresses with they're dancing around, and I just go, and then I look at our lives as women now and I go, fuck, we were told a lie, and we don't necessarily need to live a hard life. You know, like it really is conditioning. It's what we saw our parents do. And, you know, as young, innocent women, little girls, we thought the world was our oyster, and it still can be. And it's really, really coming back into that. It's really coming back into that, the little essence of who we are. So I do have questions that I'd like you to do during the week, because these questions are going to take quite a long time, and this is your focus for the week. Okay. It's going to take too long for us to do it tonight, but basically what we're going to do over this week is we're going to listen to that meditation. If you need to do it again, you can listen to it again, and you're going to find your authentic code, like the values that you live your life by. Okay. The values, I've got 4 words that I live my life by now. It's growth, as you can imagine, relationships. What are my other ones? Abundance, and there's one more I've forgotten, but I'll get them up. So we're going to come up with those 4 words that we are, or that kind of we filter our world into. So for example, I also manifested $1,000 off this coaching program. She's a manifestation coach as well. And I was like, okay, she charges thousands for a course similar to this, but hers goes for 20 weeks. And I'm like, how is she charging thousands of dollars for this? Like, being in her energy, learning from her, I was like, okay, I need to do this. And when I go through it, I'm like, okay, does this actually align with my authenticity? Yes. What does it do? It growth. It helps me with my growth. It helps me with my abundance. It helps me with my relationships, because it has all the things in them. So it can help you with decision making, deciding whether you want to go out for dinner with someone or not, X, Y, and Z. So this is what we're going to do for the week. We're going to go through, and then I'm going to teach you how to then put all your questions and answers into ChatGPT, which I don't know if any of you guys use it. It's like literally saving my life right now. It's my vibe, and it's going to be your vibe after you've done this. There is so this is literally going to take you the whole week. You don't have to do it all at once, but 28 questions you need to answer. Okay? 28 questions. This is what got me to working with you guys, honestly. So you're going to answer the 28 questions, and you are going to feel very much clear by the end of the week who the F you are and what you're here for. Then the following week, we are going to create a manifestation list, with us not doing it from an egotistical place, not doing it from a non-authentic place, from our truth, from our being of who we want to be. So that is tonight's session. You're going to have stuff sent out to you. I'm going to put those questions, whether you want to get onto them tonight, which I don't think any of you guys, are you done for the night? I was up till like 12 o'clock the next day. I was 12 o'clock last week. I was so pumped. But I'm so tonight or tomorrow morning, you're going to get those questions. By next week, I want you guys to answer them. And I want you to put them through ChatGPT, all your answers, and then it's going to literally I'm going to give you some prompts, and it's going to be incredible what comes out. So who's pumped? Who's excited? Does anyone have any questions going into the week? On the app, the replay will be here. Those rewire meditations are going to be in the module. I'll quickly show you where they will be. And then I will leave you to it. Does anyone have any pressing questions quickly before we leave? They're going to be in here. That's not what it looks like. I can see how much you guys have done as well. So it's going to be in here. So this is going to be, there's going to be a week 2, and all of the information tomorrow is going to be in there. Okay?
What sort of time of day is it good to do the one we just did? Is that any particular?
Night or morning.
Okay.
Any time that you can be in like a not
Yeah.
so hyped state.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the day when you've got shit to do, it's like, I
Yeah,
would
no.
say if you do it as soon as you wake up, but not to a point like maybe you can just quickly wake yourself up, maybe have a quick shower, and then so that you're not
Okay.
going to fall back asleep, so you can be in consciousness, so you can actually not just fall asleep and forget it. Because the thing is for me is that every time I went to meditate and do this authentic stuff, I literally did it so many times because I kept falling asleep.
I actually get up at 4 in the morning and go lay on the couch because my daughter will lay next to me and I don't want to wake her, and do it. And then my alarm goes off at 4:15, and then I get up and go to the gym. That's what I've been doing.
You're amazing.
And at night.
Yeah, and whatever works, like you guys are going to find what works. Like if you're a stay-at-home mum, like maybe you could do it in the day when your kids are sleeping for that nap, you know, like whatever's going to work, because sometimes the mornings are not going to work if you've got young children or if you get up super early. So yeah. Has this been beneficial tonight?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Can you see how it's a journey?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily manifest, like you're going to get what you want, you're going to start getting what you want, but the truth is the more that you love yourself truly and you have self-worth, that you can have everything that you want. That's actually the goal, because as you start to get the things, you'll realize that, oh, they're just things, or they're just, oh wow, like, but when you start to realize that actually the thing that you want the most is just inner peace, and that's what this is, because that's all I've ever wanted. You know, I just want to be accepted for who I am truly, no matter what I've done, no matter who I am. And I feel that now, and it's just so nice. I mean, I've still got lots to do, but yeah. So thank you all for jumping on. I will then update you guys with all the new rewires and the questions, because that's the goal for the week. Like that's the goal. Who's going to get the questions done? Carve out the time, even if you do like 10 one day, 10 another day, and then 8 another day. You just need to do it, because it's gonna show you so much about yourself that you have forgotten, and it's going to reiterate where you need to make decisions, what you need to do, and X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Belinda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys. My baby's
Bye.
still awake. I'm going to go put him to bed. Little shit.
Oh, good luck.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.